Kamala Devi Harris's journey to becoming Vice President of the United States is a testament to resilience, ambition, and the power of breaking barriers. As the first woman, the first Black woman, and the first South Asian American to hold this position, her life and career have transformed the political landscape in profound ways. To truly understand her influence today, it's essential to explore the key moments and milestones that defined her rise to prominence. Born on October 20, 1964, in Oakland, California, Kamala Harris grew up in a household deeply influenced by the civil rights movement. Her mother, Shyamala Gopalan, was a cancer researcher from India, and her father, Donald Harris, an economist from Jamaica. Both were activists who instilled in Harris the importance of social justice from an early age. Growing up, she attended civil rights protests with her parents, which left a lasting impression on her. Their separation when she was 7 left her primarily under her mother's care, who ensured that Harris and her sister, Maya, understood the value of hard work, education, and standing up for what is right. After high school, Harris attended Howard University in Washington, D.C., where she majored in political science and economics. After graduating, she earned her law degree from the University of California, Hastings College of the Law, setting the stage for her entry into public service. Harris's early legal career began in the Alameda County District Attorney's Office, where she worked as a deputy district attorney prosecuting cases of robbery, murder, and sexual assault. Her reputation as a capable prosecutor grew, but she also harbored a desire to reform the criminal justice system from within. Her approach reflected the balance she would try to strike throughout her career: tough on crime, but also focused on rehabilitation and justice reform. In 2004, Harris won her first significant political race, becoming the district attorney of San Francisco. She was the first woman, and the first person of Black and South Asian descent, to hold the position. During her tenure, Harris introduced her landmark Back on Track program, which allowed first-time, nonviolent drug offenders to avoid jail time if they completed education and job training programs. The program was hailed as a progressive approach to criminal justice reform, addressing the growing issue of mass incarceration by offering alternatives to punitive sentencing. In one of her most controversial moves as DA, Harris refused to seek the death penalty for a man convicted of killing a police officer. This decision, consistent with her personal opposition to capital punishment, sparked outrage from law enforcement groups, but also highlighted her willingness to stand by her principles, even in politically challenging situations. In 2010, Harris took her career to the next level, running for and winning the position of California's Attorney General. This victory made her the first woman and the first person of color to hold the office in California. As Attorney General, she oversaw significant legal battles, including negotiating a $20 billion settlement for California homeowners who had been victims of mortgage abuses during the foreclosure crisis. This settlement helped ease the financial burden on many families, particularly those from working-class backgrounds, who had been hit hardest by the housing market collapse of 2008. Harris's tenure as Attorney General was marked by her efforts to combat human trafficking, protect the environment, and address cybercrime. While she was committed to reforming the criminal justice system, she continued to face criticism for some of her decisions, particularly her defense of California's death penalty in court, despite her personal opposition to it. This dichotomy between her progressive ideals and the tough realities of law enforcement would follow her throughout her career. In 2016, Harris ran for the U.S. Senate and won, becoming only the second Black woman to ever serve in the Senate, after Carol Moseley Braun. Her time in the Senate further bolstered her national reputation. She gained widespread attention for her sharp and methodical questioning during Senate hearings, most notably during the confirmations of Attorney General Jeff Sessions and Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. These moments, often broadcast on national television and shared widely on social media, showcased her prosecutorial skills and raised her profile as a rising star in the Democratic Party. In the Senate, Harris championed progressive causes, advocating for criminal justice reform, women's rights, and affordable health care. She was a strong supporter of the Affordable Care Act and introduced legislation aimed at addressing bail reform, comprehensive immigration policies, and environmental protections. Her progressive platform and ability to challenge authority earned her respect from many in the party and helped position her as a leading voice for the future. In January 2019, Harris announced her candidacy for the Democratic nomination for president. Her campaign garnered significant initial excitement, and she quickly became a leading contender. During the Democratic debates, Harris made headlines by confronting Joe Biden over his past opposition to federally mandated busing to desegregate schools. The moment, which highlighted her personal experience with busing, was widely discussed and propelled her further into the national spotlight. Harris's presidential campaign struggled to maintain its footing, and she withdrew from the race in December 2019. Despite her exit, her presidential bid demonstrated her commitment to progressive causes and further cemented her status as a key figure in Democratic politics. In August 2020, Joe Biden selected Kamala Harris as his running mate, making her the first woman of color on a major party's presidential ticket. The Biden-Harris campaign focused on addressing the COVID-19 pandemic, racial injustice, and economic recovery. Their victory in the November 2020 election marked a turning point in American political history, with Harris shattering multiple glass ceilings as she became the highest-ranking woman in U.S. history. As vice president, Harris has taken on tackling the root causes of migration from Central America. She has also played a central role in advocating for voting rights, pushing for legislation to expand access to the ballot box amid increasing voter suppression efforts. She has also faced criticism from both Republicans and Democrats. Republicans often target her for her progressive policies, while some Democrats have expressed frustration over the pace of progress on issues like immigration and voting rights. Nevertheless, her role as vice president remains significant, and her leadership continues to influence the Biden administration's approach to governance. As vice president, Harris's legacy is already firmly established, and her impact on the political landscape will be felt for years to come. As she pursues the presidency in the upcoming elections, her role in shaping the future of American politics is undeniable. Thank you for listening to another episode of Loopholery, your go-to podcast channel for quick, witty, and insightful takes on random topics, all in 8 minutes or less. Whether we're diving into quirky facts, exploring weird loopholes, or just pondering life's strange questions, we keep it short, fun, and engaging. Perfect for curious minds on the go. Tune in, like, or subscribe, and get your fix of unpredictable knowledge bites.